Hi everybody. Okay, so my hair's not working with me today, and for some reason it has this like big huge like bang that I woke up with this morning, and I tried curling it away, like flipping it, but my hair won't move. So okay, so I do apologize. Alrighty, let's see. We'll do cities. Okay, so cities with 7 sign movements. My shirt keeps like riding up, but it's supposed to be like this. Okay, cities with 7 sign movements. All right. Okay, so we learned this a while back, and I made a video, but like you could hear people talking in the background, and it got really confusing every time I watched it. So I'm gonna make a new one. So 7 sign movements. Okay, so I don't know if this video is gonna flip while you watch it on YouTube, so I'm going to explain it in a way so when you sign it, you won't get confused and try to copy or mirror image me. So, okay, cities with 7 sign movements. The 7 is like the number 7, but when you sign it, it's the 7s from your perspective. So if I'm writing out a 7 from my perspective, you'd write it. So the same movement is when you're signing it. Does it make sense? Okay. Well, let's do, for example, okay, Chicago. So it starts with a C, right? So it's Chicago. And just remember, the ones that I'm naming right now are the only signs. So you can't just throw in like Los Angeles and throw an L and make it like a 7 sign movement, because there's only certain cities that have that kind of 7 sign movement. Okay, so we'll start with Chicago. So Chicago, like this. From my perspective, I'm drawing a 7 from my perspective with a C. So that's Chicago. So again, Chicago. Detroit, D, and down. Indianapolis, I. And do you see that I'm not doing it like this? It's like this, like the I is face, like the side of the palm is facing towards whoever I'm talking to, so I. Philadelphia, P, down. Rochester, R, down. Tucson, Arizona, T, so the T is facing out, T, down. Texas, okay, so it's an X, and it's facing out. Texas is a 7 sign movement. Okay, so let's go over those again. Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, so P, Rochester, Tucson, and Texas, X. Okay, so did you guys get that 7 sign movement? That's how it should go. It's from your perspective. So you're drawing the 7 from your perspective, and then you're just using the first letter of those cities. So Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, Rochester, Tucson, Arizona, and Texas are the only ones. Well, Texas isn't really a city. Texas is a state, but that's an exception. So those cities and that one state are the only ones that have the 7 side movements. So I'm going to name off some other cities that also have signings. Okay, so Washington, D.C., the W starts from your right shoulder. So I don't know if it looks like the left shoulder, but don't mirror me. It starts from your right shoulder, and you do a W. Washington, so it does 2 bounces. Washington, D.C. New York City. Okay, so New York City is a Y, and it goes on your palm like this. New York City. New Orleans has an O. See that O? And it's on your palm like this, and it goes like that. New Orleans. Atlanta, so it's A, and the thumb is facing on your right shoulder, towards the right shoulder. Atlanta. I'm itching my nose, so this isn't a sign. Somebody asked me. Baltimore. Okay, it's a B shake. This is blue. Don't get it confused. Baltimore. So it kind of bounces down. Baltimore. Dallas, it's a D, and it's to your temple. So Dallas. Houston, it's an H, and it's to your chin. Houston. San Antonio, Texas, it's a G, to your chin. So G, San Antonio, H, Houston. Don't ask me why, it's just what my teacher told me. Phoenix, Okay, so Phoenix is an X, and you shake it. Phoenix. I don't know if I'm doing it too fast or too slow, or you can't see it, but it's a shake. Okay, so Phoenix. San Francisco. Okay, so it's San Francisco. It's like it's an acronym. So SF. SF. San Francisco. Get it? San Diego. SD. SD. San Diego. Seattle, Washington. Okay, so Seattle is an S, and you shake it. So Seattle, and then you do Washington again. Washington. Seattle, Washington. Boston. Okay, so Boston is a B, and you shake it up and down like this. But it's also the same sign for Berkeley, like Berkeley, California, like UC Berkeley. So if you're in Berkeley, you'd use this. If you're in California, if you're in Boston, you would use this as the same. If you're in Boston, or if you're in Berkeley and you're from Boston, then you would say this, Boston, and then you'd finger spell Boston, Boston, and then you'd say East Coast over there. Got it? Let's see. Other cities I can think of. Orange County. Orange. C-O-U-N-T-Y. Orange County. Los Angeles. L-A. Las Vegas. L-V. Hollywood. Okay, so Hollywood's like this. Hollywood. Do you see my hands? They're like little whatever. And then you go by your armpits, I guess. Hollywood. If you wanted to say North Hollywood, North Hollywood. West Hollywood. West Hollywood. They don't really have a South Hollywood or East Hollywood. It's just North and West Hollywood. Los Angeles, Orange County. I can't think of anything else. La Habra, L-H. But nobody really knows where La Habra is. Fullerton. Fullerton's an F shake. So if you go to Cal State Fullerton, like which I do, it would be CSU Fullerton. Irvine, so UCI. Irvine is a bouncy I. Riverside, down. So you go like UC Riverside. Well, I can't think of any other cities, but Santa Monica. Okay, well, that's all I can think of so far. So if you have any questions about anything, or if you have any other cities, feel free to put them down there, and I'll look them up, and then I'll ask my teacher, and then I'll put up a video response for you, and then, yeah. Feel free to, if I happen to sign something wrong, and if you're from a place that I actually signed it wrong, feel free to put up a video response. This is everything that I'm putting up here is what I've learned from my teacher, so, I'm just kind of pushing the information back over to you. So, once again, any video responses, if you disagree with some of my signs, which I've had people disagree with, please put up a video response. Everybody's more than welcome to learn off of each other. So I'm just pushing information that I've learned. And if you disagree with some signs, then feel free to push them or put a video response and correct me if I'm wrong. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Alrighty. Questions, comments, feel free to ask me. Cities you need to know, feel free to ask me. Video responses, please upload them. And that's it. Hope this helped you. Alright guys, see you guys next week or next day. I don't know, whatever. Bye.